Megan During.
I'm Jake During, and welcome to another edition of Felt Bicycles TV.
Felt has always been a very big supporter of women's cycling, and we wanted to translate that on a consumer level. So this year we did something very special and decided to launch a women's specific ambassador program. So for this episode, we have some very special women here. These are all local Southern California Felt Freedom ambassadors, and without further ado, here they are.
I'm originally from Australia, but I live in San Diego, and I've been riding bikes for about 4 years now.
My name is Elizabeth Young. I am from Monrovia, California, and I've been riding for about 3 years.
And I'm Julie Stokes. I'm from Irvine, California, and I've been riding for about 10 years.
Okay, Elizabeth, my first question is for you, and I wanted to know your goal of this program. What do you hope changes in the cycling community from all your efforts?
I want to see women on bikes. I want to see women enjoy being outside in nature and have the empowerment to know that they can get out and just ride around the city, race, and live a healthier lifestyle, and using bikes to be healthier.
Is there any common theme that you see after these rides? Like, how do the girls go from starting the ride to ending the ride? Is there a different feel afterwards that you see?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. I could answer that in a couple of ways. I think there's joy and there's relief. Because on the ride, some people come to the ride with a level of apprehension, especially if they're new and they haven't been on a ride before. They'll show up, they might be nervous, they might be scared or intimidated, even though it's women. And after the ride that they've completed successfully, there's that feeling of accomplishment and that feeling of relief. And it's like, oh, when are we gonna do that again?
Is it different riding with a bunch of women versus a bunch of men?
Absolutely. Men, I think, tend to be more competitive by nature, which can be intimidating to women cyclists who are merely riding for pleasure. A collective group of women who are competitive or not competitive is going to be a more welcoming environment.
How nice is it to have a shop that's associated with this, women's program? Because I know it's intimidating going into a bike shop, so knowing that this program's associated with, do they feel comfortable and able to ask questions that they may not ask at most bike shops?
I have to say my bike shop is amazing because Matthew, the owner of Velo, he even told me I like to go in with women because it is intimidating.
Yeah.
Even like if you've been running forever and you know what you're talking about, it's an intimidating environment for women. So I'll tell someone, you want to go check out a bike? I'll go with you. And Matthew even said to me, let me know if you're coming. I will be here personally because I want them to feel comfortable. And I'm looking forward to having events where at the shop, just to promote women's health and talk about changing a tire.
Yeah.
Talk about just their health in general, how to make good decisions, but getting them in that environment so it's not so threatening.
I think when you have a bike shop associated with a women's program, more women feel comfortable coming in and asking mechanics simple bike maintenance questions that they may not have felt comfortable going in and asking prior to knowing that this store was associated with a women's program. And really there's nothing more liberating than being able to take care of your bike yourself and feeling like you're comfortable enough to ask those kinds of questions. How often should I be lubing my chain? How often, what's the lifespan of my chain? How often should I be bringing it in for a service? All of those sorts of things. I think it's incredibly empowering for women to enable them with those skills. Yeah, and I would also add that knowing that the bike shop carries women's specific bikes means that the people that own the shop and that are running the shop know the specs of those bikes and can explain how those are different from other bikes. And so for you as a consumer, knowing that those choices are available is important.
I know it's winter time, but we live in California, so the sun's always out. So how do you girls deal with tan lines? Because I know, if I had a lower shirt on, I could show you my nice tan lines right now, but
I keep it crispy.
Tan lines are cool.
Yeah,
come on.
That's right.
Show it off, describe it. Is that what we
What's
do?
rule number 7? Keep them crispy. Yeah, keep them crispy.
Okay.
I
Same.
actually wear arm guards white to reflect the sun.
I like the tan line too, and it's kind of a matter of pride living in Southern California that you can have a tan line all year round. Kind of makes my friends who live elsewhere jealous.
I will say my non-cyclist friends question it a little bit, but yeah.
The
Everyone
arm
else
one's
is
not
okay
so
with it.
much, but the
It's
leg
the leg one that I have really bad, yeah.
But do you have a favorite place to ride in SoCal?
I do. I like to head east. I like to go and do what's called the Great Western Loop, which is out near Hamul, which is east of San Diego. I like to climb. There is dedicated bikeways and bike lanes, and a lot of the houses that line that route have bike racks and water fountains and things for you to refill on the way. And it's just a really super friendly, bike-friendly area.
I love Glendora Mountain Road. I love it. I
Me
love
too.
the 39 up to Glendora Mountain Road. I don't get bored. It's peaceful. I feel like
It's
I
beautiful.
escape, too many crowds. A lot of options. You can go up to Crystal Lake. You can go down, and it's actually amazing and almost spiritual for me to be alone and in nature that way. And I'm always amazed at what my legs can do for me.
Yeah, that's a hard climb.
It's unbelievable. I cannot even believe that my little legs could take me on top of a mountain and bring me home. It gives me the sense of accomplishment that I go all day and I'm just beaming. So,
In Orange County, though, I would say riding along Pacific Coast Highway is just amazing. Especially between Newport Beach and Laguna Beach. There's that section right down Crystal Cove. There's no development on the right. It's a state park, and it's just
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's gorgeous, that's for sure.
For the ladies out there who are intimidated right now to ride and who are watching this program, what would you say to get them into your shop or to get them into any shop really and start to ride a bike and understand that it's something that they can all do?
The biggest thing above all else is that riding bikes is fun, and you are worth the investment, both time and financially. You are worth it. So go and do something that's really fun for you.
the joy that riding a bike has brought to me personally, I can't even express how it's changed my life. And I want to share that with other women. Life is short, and you can do it for a very long time. And there's so many different options that there's something for you on a bike.
I would say do something for yourself. I think as women, we tend to do things for other people a lot. And so you want to give yourself the opportunity to do something for yourself.
Yeah, I think it's important. I mean, even if you haven't been riding bikes your entire life, you can start cycling super late in life and jump into it and absolutely love it. It's not something that you need to be a bike racer to do.
I'm from a family that had riding in it always, but I never wanted to ride. And a few years ago, I've probably been riding for 2.5 years ago now. And I started because actually one of my brothers helped me learn, and he was just who I was most comfortable with. But now I ride with a ton of women, and I have a really good group of core women that I ride with, and I would never go back. I love it.
And I have to say, there's something about facing those fears.
Yeah.
And when you do it, and then you see on the other side,
The exhilaration.
yeah,
Yeah.
you put the hard work in, you step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
It's very empowering.
And I think knowing that they make different types of bikes for different types of riding. There's a bike out there for you. It doesn't have to be a super speedy, racy bike. It doesn't have to be a mountain bike. You know, bikes are fun, whatever type of bike you ride.
And I do have to say, as a mother, you know, women want to be out with their kids. You know, model that behavior for your kids. Show your kids that mom can be out riding also. Be a good example. I know my kids, they love that I am fit and that I pursue that lifestyle, and I want them to have the confidence. I want my daughter to have the confidence that she could be out riding a bike and trying the things that she wants to do with her life.
That's something that's really personal to me. I'm a mom as well, and I think that it's really important that when your children see that you value yourself, they're going to value themselves. You're modeling that self-respect and that self-esteem when you do something that's just for you, and that's something that also is healthy for you.
Felt family is a term that we really believe in, so you really have a family here to ride with. So definitely reach out to your local bike shop and get interested in riding. You have a family that wants to support you doing it.
So that's it for this episode of Felt TV. I wanted to say thank you to all the ladies who came here. You're doing such a fantastic job being ambassadors and representing the brand. And thank you to our other Felt Freedom ambassadors for taking on this role and helping empower women in your cycling communities.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.